If you have the goal to buy a home, but you're living paycheck to paycheck and you need to save for a home deposit, this video is for you. This is my foolproof way on how to save for a home deposit, especially if you're starting from zero. This is my system. This is what I did. I got you. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Skylar. I have recently, in the last 2 years, done a whole overhaul in my life. I've just become super goal-oriented and created my dream life. I've lost 100 pounds in the last 2 years. I have bought 2 homes. I have 1 house in Auckland, and I'm building 1 in Christchurch at the moment. It's building. And so I can't wait to show you guys that journey of me turning that into an Airbnb and that kind of stuff. But I have a lot of people asking on my TikTok, how do you even save for a deposit? How do you start? And I want to help in any way that I can. So I'm going to share you guys my foolproof system on how I save for my deposit and how you can too. I want to say, first of all, I am just a normal gal. I am not a financial advisor. Please, this is what I did. This is what worked for me to save money. Just a background on me, I love to spend money. I've always loved to spend money. I've never been the type of person that likes to penny pinch. I hate stressing about money. So this is what I did so that I never had to stress out about money, that everything was very easy. And once you have this set up, then you won't have to think about money ever again. If you're currently paycheck to paycheck, you need to start with being familiar with your finances. It's important to understand your expenses. So if you have a budget tracker, which I have a budget tracker, you guys can get in the link below. It's part of my first home buyers toolkit. It's linked down below if you guys are interested. But some type of budget tracker, you need to be able to just list out all of your expenses. There's 2 types of expenses. There's fixed expenses and then there's variable expenses, but you can still have control over both. Fixed expenses are like your rent. They don't go up or down. They're usually the same every week. And then variable expenses is like food. Sometimes it's cheaper some weeks, and other weeks it might be more expensive. It's really important to understand your expenses versus your income. If you minus your expenses and your income and you see that you can really only save maybe $100 and it feels daunting because you need thousands of dollars for a deposit. So this is my advice, and this is what I did to increase that. There's 2 ways to save money fast, or there's 2 ways to make it faster to save money. One way is to lower your expenses. So say you penny pinch, basically. You're really strict with how much you're spending for all your expenses. You probably can't change your fixed expenses, but you can change your variable expenses. So maybe looking at how much you're going out, maybe not getting your nails done, not going for that cup of coffee. That is one way. That is the harder way. That's never been the way that I've liked to do it. I don't like to cut out things I love, things that will make life easier or bearable. The second way to save money is to increase your income. So to increase your income, there is a lot of different ways to do this. First way that people know about is like side hustle. So you're keeping your job, your current job, but you're just starting a side hustle. Side hustles that I did were Paw Shake. This is available here in New Zealand. If you're in the States, there's Rover. And if you love animals, this is perfect for you. I would basically babysit and take care of dogs or cats over the long weekends, over Christmas time. A lot of people need this is like a very high need, especially here in New Zealand. Everyone has a dog or pet, but we also love to travel in New Zealand, so people need someone to look after their loved one. And so this is a really good way to make some extra money, especially on your free time. It usually won't affect your normal 9 to 5. And so this is a good way to make some good money. Or 2 Christmases ago, I stayed in New Zealand and I made about $2,000 just like taking care of 2 cats where I had to feed them. It was like a 1 visit a day for like over a month. I was also staying the night at a place and doing like an overstay for a dog. So yeah, it can all rack up, especially if you're doing it during the holidays. You're not doing anything anyway, so that's a great way to like save a lot of money. Another thing that I did was like I picked a skill that I had that I was able to sell. So one skill that I have is social media. So I would do consultations with business owners, just like advertising it on Facebook. If you have some type of skill that you can, especially like a service that you can do for people who are not as skilled in this area. You can put aside maybe like 10 hours a week and do that for businesses or just to like find clients for that. That's another way. So that's the side hustle route. You can also increase your income by your current and main job. So you can go to your boss for your job and see if there's a way for you to get a promotion, see what you can do to increase your salary. I highly, highly recommend this for people if they don't want to like leave their current job or if they don't want to have a side hustle. This is a really good way to increase your salary. Just like I feel like any job should have a development program. So if your job doesn't have a development program, set up a meeting with your boss, tell them your goals. Maybe if you want to become a manager, maybe you don't want to be a manager. You can see places in the business that you can improve their processes. Tell them what you want to take on and what you would drop off in this new role that you're creating, and also the salary expectation that you would have for this new responsibility that you'd be taking on. And so that's a way that you could increase your salary. I think the fastest way for you to increase your salary, and it's raining. Oh, this is my second location after it rained. So let's get this. Last tip is to increase your income. I doubled my income by moving jobs. So I always recommend leaving your job. But if you're comfortable in your current job, then you can just ask your boss for a raise. But if you want to save more money quickly, and this is the fastest way, and that would be to move jobs. So if you want tips on how to interview, what I did in my interviewing process, how I prepared for an interview, how I got a new job, then that can be a separate video for you guys. This is the tip that is most important, and so please listen up. Once you've increased your income, you need to make sure that your expenses stay the same. So don't get a new car, don't move to a more expensive flat, don't start paying more for groceries, don't start acting bougie because you have more money. Your goal is still to buy a house. So this is the time when you keep your expenses exactly the same, and all the extra money that you're getting at your new job or from your new income or from your side hustles needs to all go into your savings account. This is how you're going to save money quickly. And that's what I did. I was able to save $4,000 a month. And because I was operating in that way, all I needed was time, but not a lot. And that's how I was able to save from my first home and how I'm saving now for my second home. If you're a first home buyer and you just want some tools to get started, please look down below for the First Home Buyers Toolkit. It has a budget tracker. It has the full process of buying your first home in New Zealand. It also has my recommendation for a mortgage broker, because not every mortgage broker is the same. This is New Zealand based only. I also had if you're only looking for a recommendation for a mortgage broker, she's also just down there below. So if you don't know where to start on what your team is, because you do need a team when you are buying a house, you need a mortgage broker, an insurance advisor, and a lawyer. I have all the ones that have helped me through my first home buying process. They're still helping me through my second home. So highly, highly recommend those guys. And if you don't want to do your research and you just want to start with some great people, then I highly recommend checking that out down below. A bonus tip I'll give you guys for saving money and what has helped me so much is having separate bank accounts. So I have a bank account for food, rent, car payment, insurance, all that's separate. So whenever my money comes into the main account, I have an automatic payment that puts it in all these separate accounts, so that when it's time for me at the grocery store to pay for something, I only transfer it from the food account, or whenever it's time to pay for something for the car, it will automatically transfer from my car account. This is an easy way for you to keep track of your expenses without having to constantly check, do I have enough for food? Do I have enough for this? If you budget it out, like this is how it's going to be for the month, and if you don't have any more, then you're not going to spend any more. This is how I'm able to spend money without thinking, do I have enough money for all my other expenses for the month? Because I know I've already allocated money for each part of my life. I even have an account for my nails. I even have an account for my eyebrows. So all this kind of stuff is accounted for, so I know where my money's going. And so this has also really helped me. But you can also you can do this in your bank account within the app. So with my bank, it doesn't cost money to have all these accounts, but some banks, you can't have all these accounts. So that's when I would say definitely go for your budget tracker and making sure that you're budgeting everything out. I hope these tips help you guys. I really want to see you on your journey to buying your first home. Please comment any questions that you might have below, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.